In this video, we're going to create the background. So we're going to create the sky and then we're going to create the sea. So that's really simple, but let me just move this guy to the right, move the sun to the right, and I'm gonna group them. So I'm gonna hit Control G, and I'm gonna move my cloud to somewhere here. Okay, so I got my assets sitting right here, and I'm gonna create the background with the Ellipse Tool. So I'm gonna activate it by pressing the L key on the keyboard, and then I am simply going to create an ellipse that's gonna look something like that. Maybe let me just move it just a bit down to somewhere here. Okay, of course, as we can see in the original, this background, it looks like it's kind of cut into two parts. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let me just move maybe all these guys to the right so they don't block our view. Okay, so dividing our background is really simple. All we really need to do is to create a simple straight line. So I'm gonna activate the line segment tool by pressing the backslash key on the keyboard, and I am simply going to create a line that's gonna go somewhere here. It really doesn't have to have any fill nor stroke. Simply Illustrator needs to know that there is some path drawn right here. So I'm going to select this guy, select this line, and then I'm going to select my background. And in the Pathfinder tool, I'm going to hit this divide function to divide these guys into two parts. So now, as you can see, this guy is a group, so I'm going to ungroup it, and I think I can start adding colors. So this bottom part is going to be the sea. So it's gonna have this nice blue color. And as I mentioned in the first video, we are going to add the gradient to our sky. So in order to initialize the gradient, well, to add the gradient, I am simply going to press the period key on the keyboard. And as you can see, I got this gradient, I had this gradient already created in the previous video. So let me just make it quickly black. So let's pretend that this is simple black and white gradient, and it's linear, just like that. So if you are seeing a gradient, something like this, and you probably will see it like that, all we really need to do is we need to simply start adding the colors. So the first, actually this darker gradient stop is going to have maybe this lighter blue color, and this lighter gradient stop is going to have this really extremely light blue color, just like so. And I want to change the type of this gradient to radial. And now I'm going to grab the gradient tool from my tools panel, just like that. And I think I'm going to make it look something like that. This should be fine. I am starting my gradient from this spot, because this is where my sun is gonna go. So if I now simply start bringing these guys over to the left, I'm going to put my sun somewhere here. Of course, I need to make sure that it's being displayed, it's been on top of the stack. So I'm simply gonna go with Control Shift right bracket, just like that. On a Mac, you'd go with Command Shift right bracket. And I'm gonna start adding the clouds. So I'm gonna go with this guy right here, and again I'm gonna make sure that is maybe, I'm simply gonna grab this top sky color, and I'm simply gonna move it all the way to the bottom by pressing the combination of Control Shift left bracket, just like that. So this is one cloud, and I'm gonna make it this maybe this very light gray color. I'm gonna maybe make it just a bit smaller, and then I'm gonna put some cloud right here, and I'm gonna make it just a bit smaller, and another one is gonna go somewhere here. Of course, we can play with the positioning later on. And before we put our palm trees onto our background, what I want to do is I want to create the island. And as you can see in the original, we got this kind of a shading going on right here, which we are going to create with a simple rectangle tool. But I think that this is something that we are going to take care in the next video.